He went yeet.
He just yeeted Blob out of the way. Boy's like, no, my friend.
So yeah, at the start of this world, it's just Boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We have the character that can't do shit.
All right, let's see if we can beat ourselves a bird boss. Alrighty, mister. Here it goes. Alright, so, okay, that works. Even though it's facing the other way. Fire 1!
And the fire.
Alright.
It's a matter of how close can you get before it's death.
Yeah, and he's only gonna pant for a little bit and then he'll rise back up.
Yeah.
So you gotta be quick with this. Splat! Alright, that's 1. You gotta do it 3 times. 3 is the number thou shalt count.
1, 2. See, I wish that would count, because it did technically
I
hit
know,
him.
yeah, I wish, but it has to fire from the cannon.
Ah!
Shit.
Dang it.
Bumbles bounce! Damn things bounce all over the place.
I know this boss was rough. I heard from afar.
You heard some roughness from afar.
There's some games where it's like I like to sit in the room and just like listen to you play.
Okay.
And then there are some where it's like I'm gonna go do yard work.
What are some games that you like hearing me play?
I really enjoyed listening to you play. Oddly enough, Metroid.
Metroid Dread?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like listening to you play Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trials of Mana.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then there are some where like I'm just like, put some headphones in. I'm gonna head out.
Again, like anymore, I try to record when either you're not home or outside because I know this game gets me heated.
Yeah. And if I'm not unhappy, it's not like we don't have a big house.
Right.
You know, like there's a lot of places I can go.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like for this game, it's like, all right, the grass is cut. I pruned all my veggies, and I think I'm gonna go in the basement and make some paper.
Gonna hide in there. Oh, there comes the swoop attack. No, 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 no. How do you fly with all those holes in your wings?
I know. It's not very aerodynamic.
No, 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 no. I am flying off pure hatred.
By the power of hatred. Like that little bird. This bird flies on pure hatred.
What little bird? What are we
There's
talking
like
about?
a picture of a little sparrow, and he's got like this mean mug.
Oh, okay.
And it's like this bird flies on pure hatred.
That's funny.
Or is like flying by the power of hatred.
So speaking of bird, when I went to get your engagement ring, there was a guy with a parrot on his shoulder.
You saw me the picture, and I was like, I was like going to sleep last night, and I was
oh, that's
thinking
really
about
cool.
that parrot.
Can I take a picture? And he's finishing his sandwich, so he's like,
Aww.
and I took a couple, and I was like, okay, thank you. Because I was like, what's his name? Thank you. I was like, I'm not going to bother you, dude.
Yeah. See, whereas like I have zero control when it comes to animals. I would be the person that's like,
Can I
oh
pet
my
him?
God, what's his name? Can I hold him? How old is he? Where did you get him? What's his life story? Can he talk? What can he say? Like the guy is clearly just like, leave me alone. I'm like, can I pet him? I have no control when it comes to animals.
See, I have that loud, like, introvert voice. Like that TikTok we saw where it's just like, dun, dun, nope, this isn't
Yep.
right, nope. That goes off after I say, like, 2 phrases.
Oh my God. If there's an animal there, nope.
Because,
I
like,
become a 5-year-old child.
I'm like that at Plasma anymore. Like, some people will chat and I'll either chime in
Yeah.
or people will chime into my conversation. I'll be like, okay, cool. They
Yeah.
chimed into my
Like,
conversation.
like
That
your
means we're
friend.
buddies.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going anywhere.
I know.
I'm hooked up to this machine, so alrighty.
The only
Here we go.
the only time that I like genuinely dislike when people try to talk to me at Plasma is when I'm reading my book. Like I'm not talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not chiming into anyone's conversation. I'm clearly reading my book, and the person next to me is like, "So you like to read, huh?" I haven't read since I was in 4th grade, and I'm just like,
Turns page.
okay. I don't necessarily mind it so much if someone has read the book and they're like, oh my God, that's a really good book. You're really going to like it. Or like, oh, that twist ending. Like, if they're talking about the book,
Yeah.
I'm a little more open to it.
I love that author.
Yeah, like, oh, have you read such and such by this? Like, but there are so many people that just don't understand what it means when a person is wearing headphones and has a book out.
Yeah, they want left alone.
Like,
This is their time now.
that happens the most on public transit. I do not miss taking the bus.
Ugh.
I used to take the bus into the city whenever I worked,
Oh,
downtown.
cool. All right, is this 3? I think this is 3. Come on. Come on, Blob. Oh, God. Gotta jump off the top of a ladder. Don't do this at home, kids.
We had an actual video
Please hit
of how not to move a ladder when I worked at the craft store.
Okay, that was 2. Still one more.
And
Blob, please. Blob. We got 2 hits in. Please don't choke. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Now. Oh, no. Fire up. There we go. Phew. I swear to God, if I'd have fired into the bird, you would have seen the glass shatter.
Oh my God.
Everybody turn off your headphones for the next 6 seconds. Ah!
That peaked.
Woohoo! We did it!
That peaked.
Even though I was completely away from the microphone, I think that peaked. I think that peaked your microphone.
Yeah. I think I can hear in my right ear.
We did it!
Yay!
We beat the bird boss!
He was rough. He was a rough one.
Uh-huh. So now there's just one boss left. The final boss. But yeah, that's 3 worlds down, 1 world to go, and I'm shelving this goddamn game. You can play it whenever you want.
I don't think I will. Yeah.
And like, I understand if you're a fan of this game, it is a beautiful game.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it's not even the gameplay that's bad. It's just like some of the precision that I think is a little
mechanics,
fickle and gets annoying. That's all.
I think that the game
Like,
is
you can
really,
do the
really
right thing.
pretty.
You can use the right beam, but if you don't do it in the exact spot, at the exact moment the game intends
Oh yeah,
you
I
to.
bitch about that a lot whenever I'm playing, especially platformers. I'm like, I didn't hit in the exact spot you needed me to. Fuck you. Like, I don't like that at all. It should be a general area. Like,
Don't have such a tiny hitbox.
um,
All right, so this is the factory. All right, Blob. Hitch up your pants. And
Blob's
let's do it.
I don't have legs.
I don't have legs. Oh no!
Blob! Blob!
Oh no!
He just
He went yeet!
yeeted Blob out of the way. Boy's like, no, my friend.
So yeah, at the start of this world, it's just Boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
We have the character that can't do shit.
This part is called A Boy. And that's it. Alrighty, well let's see what all we can do, kid.
This is a boy and his.
Yep. A boy and his ellipses.
Eh.
Okay. So I can still push blocks onto switches. So we'll do that.
I was like, where'd he go? Boy's like, I can still jump and I can still push stuff.
See, this would be a nice part where like Boy like uncovers like a new skill that he
Yeah.
finds in himself, and it's just like, I'm not completely useless anymore.
He's like, oh man, I got knee pads and a helmet.
Yeah, something. But no, it's more like, okay, you've been relying on Blob for a while. Let's see you do a level without it. And I'm just like, oh, if we must.
Feckin' rude.
It's like RPGs. I don't know if you've experienced this yet, but like there's some RPGs where it's just like, this character that you really don't use that much. We're going to have a boss entirely with this character.
Rude. I don't think I've experienced that yet.
That'll happen.
I know I've experienced like you as the main character have to fight
Yeah.
without your team.
Yes.
Or, I think Child of Light did do that. I had to fight a boss without Igniculus.
That's right. Yeah. There is that one.
But like Aurora wasn't completely helpless either. Like she could do it without him, but he definitely made battle a lot easier.
Well, yeah, because he could heal and stop enemies and stuff like that. But yeah, that's true because, like, oddly enough, it's a prison chapter.
Yeah.
Where, like, everyone else is in prison.
They're in prison.
So you gotta bust them out. That's basically what's happening here. We gotta bust out Blob.
Blob is stuck in the cogs.
Alright.
But yeah, the game is absolutely beautiful. Like, it's a very aesthetically pleasing game.
Yeah, Way Forward, like, really went all out with, like, the animation with this.
I really like that they do include...
And, like, this is kind of what the Shantae after Pirate's Curse looks like, whereas Pirate's Curse was very much still pretty, but pixelated.
Yeah.
It had, like, very colorful, vibrant pixels.
Right.
Half Genie Hero is more like this.
Okay.
Very artistic and hand-drawn animation. Also, DuckTales Remastered, also done by Way Forward. They actually did 2D animation, which I like. Oh God,
that was so concerning.
So because we don't have Blob,
You
he
can't
can't
get the
eat the
chest.
chests. So instead, we have to like drop them down, and we'll get them later.
Okay.
So I have to press the switch up here to drop down the chest. But as I was saying, DuckTales is a game that I like. I like the original, and I like the remastered in theory, but I also think, like, it's like, we got the original voice actors back. And I'm just like, okay. And I thought they'd chat during the game, but there's a lot of cutscenes, and I'm just like, this is a really chat-heavy game for a platformer.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes a remaster is a poor idea. I think this one is a win. Like, it looks
I've only
really
seen
good.
footage of the original, and if you thought this was cryptic, you should see footage of the original. It's rough. So
but I also
all the negatives I say and grievances I have of this game, nothing compared to the original. I haven't even played the original, but it just looks like wolf. So I'm sorry, continue your thought.
I also really like how they do include like different sketches and things as like additional information. I like how they include like the videos of the creator's son.
Yeah.
Like hugging the blanket, and that's how they kind of came
reference.
up with it kind of like the reference pictures for Boy and Blob.
Yeah.
So I do really enjoy that they include that because I always think that kind of stuff is really fun to see.
There was a part of my life where I was definitely more into the behind the scenes of watching movies rather than the movies themselves.
I'm fascinated by behind the scenes things because it's just like a lot of people that don't do any type of visual art don't understand the amount of reference photos and things needed to actually create a piece of artwork. Because, like, I do think that this is definitely a piece of artwork.
So you agree that video games are art then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I know for sure, like, I can't just sit down and make a video game. That takes definitely skill and talent for sure. And it's like, I've seen some games, some played, some not played, where it's like, you have to have an eye for level design. You have to have a concept and the ability to see the big picture as well as all the small details.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the type of artwork that I do, you don't really need that. You just have to say, like, okay, does this make sense? Does this look pretty at the end? Like, the process doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Whereas,
that's like one of my hang-ups with making like games just by myself is like you don't have that many other like eyes really.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of things where it's just like, oh, looking back, that didn't make goddamn sense.
But it's also a learning process, just like any other art form. Like you learn and you develop and you create a style and things like that. But I definitely think game making is an art. Like, I think that it's really silly not to think it's an art. Because if it wasn't an art form, anyone would be able to do it. And, like, not anyone can just sit down and make a game. You can, but it'll be shit.
I'm working on it.
What do you mean you're working on it? You're good at making games. You're getting better.
I'm getting better, yeah. There's a lot of things where I'm just like, why the fuck did I do that?
In your older games, yes, because you've grown.
Yeah.
You understand more. I mean, that's the same as like, oh, when I was 12, I drew this picture and it's shit. Why isn't it better? Because I was fucking 12 and I didn't grow yet.
Gotcha.
So I think that there's definitely the level of growth needed.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
Nope.
Oh, this is fun.
Spike in the foot.
We gotta, like, ride the wind, but we gotta, like, balance ourselves to where we don't get...
Can you paint with all the... Nope.
Nope. Can you paint with all my blood in the wind? All right, come on. Oh, nope, right at the... It's always fun when physics
morbid.
kind of, like, get goofy in morbid places. You shit. There we go. That's how you do it. Took me a couple tries, but I did it. Come on.
I think it might have been my sister. There was one time, I don't know why, I asked her to find a picture on my phone. I think I was helping her bake. And
Duck kid. I swear to God, if it smacks you in the forehead, I'm gonna be mad.
But in any case, I asked her to find a picture for me, and she was like, there's a lot of really weird selfies on your phone. And I was like, okay, first of all, they're reference pictures. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, they're reference pictures. To like, okay, what does a mouth look like at this angle? Or what do eyes look like at this angle?
Yeah.
Or this lighting? So it's like, when you don't have someone like, hey, I'm going to use you as a model and place you here, you just use yourself.
Well, that was something that really helped me think about drawing when we started the drawing sessions, was I was like, how would I have this character crouch? And you crouched and you said, see how my hand looks. And I was like, oh yeah!
It's easier because our mind, like, your brain will lie to you.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're looking at a cup and you're like, okay, you know the top of the cup is a circle, it's round, so you draw it round. That's not what it actually looks like. So it's like your brain tells you this is what it is, so you draw it as what it is, but that is not what it looks like. So it's just easier to have a reference picture.
Yeah.
It's easier to be able to like, hey, put your hand out like this. I'm going to take a picture of it so that I can draw it.
Yep.
Instead of trying to make it up in your head.
Yep.
Like a lot of people can make it up in their head when it comes to certain things. Like I can sit down and draw a face and not need a reference photo. But like if I'm drawing a full body, I need a reference picture.
Okay.
Which is why I bought the little drawing dolls.
Yeah, I remember
so that
those.
I can pose them and take a picture and I can see like, okay, this is like how the arm would look.
No, that's very cool because it helped. Because like sometimes I'll just like keep being like, all right, this picture in my head looks like shit. Picture in my head looks like shit.
And it's like,
how do you get him to crouch? Because
and
I kept
it's
erasing.
not that you can't do it.
And all you do
it's
is just kneel, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you just need a reference. I'm always looking up reference photos. Like, I feel so bad for anyone that ever has to look into my Google searches. I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm an artist and a writer, so none of this means anything.
Airborne baby.
Like,
don't look into it, just airborne baby.
Yep.
Why is the baby in the air?
Be like, don't worry about it. That or like, what does an exit bullet wound look like for a caliber 22 gun? And it's just like,
Christ.
I just need to know I'm writing a story and I want it to be accurate. Yeah. And I always thought that like the Google private mode meant that like no one could see my searches.
Oh,
no, it just means that like it doesn't, you don't get ads pertaining to what you search there. Because I would always go on there and be like, how much blood loss does it take? Like, for my weird questions for my stories to make them accurate. And then, like, I realized that it just means
free.
I won't get ads. But
And there's all the chests we collected.
But they still know.
Look, Blob, I got all 3 chests without your help.
He's like, yeah, but how many times did you die?
Oh, shut up. Hooray, we beat the level.
Yay, and we got Blob.
All right, so I'm pretty sure the rest of the world is a Boy and His Blob. I think it's just that level that tests you.
With just boy.
With just boy. So in the next part, we're going to continue on to the factory.
Dun dun dun. Toodles. Boop. Yeah, so don't be concerned when you go through my...
What?